Welcome to our June garden calendar, and today we're going to cover several things as far as plants in bloom. We're going to talk a lot about vegetable gardening. June is a really busy month in the vegetable garden. We're going to cover some things that you can prune this month, some just general garden chores, and a few tips for those that are maintaining their lawn. Also, we're going to visit with Park Ranger Alicia Stamey here at Rocky Face Park and have a special segment there here at Rocky Face. Hope you enjoy the garden calendar. Well, here we are in the month of June, and there are a lot of flowers in bloom in the month of June. And behind me you see the ice plant and a beautiful purple bloom, and we have just tons of flowers in bloom. We have the hydrangea that bloomed this month. We have coreopsis. We have bee balm, magnolia, mimosa, rhododendron balloon flower, trumpet creeper and phlox, butterfly weed, our daylilies, cannas, red hawk poker, lavender, rose of Sharon, a lot of summer annuals. So tons of plants in bloom in the month of June, so hope you enjoy them. Well, there's a few tips for the lawn in the month of June, and a couple of those are: do not fertilize. It's too late to fertilize, so don't fertilize or you'll be bringing on disease and some unwanted problems. So do not fertilize. Of course, mow your cool season lawns. Keep that mowing height 3 to 4 inches. Don't cut it real close or you'll be asking for a lot of weed problems. So keep that mowing height pretty high. And if for some reason some of you are trying to grow some warm season grasses, this is like zoysia, this is a month you can sow plugs of zoysia or some other warm season grass. Well, as far as pruning in the month of June, June's a month you can prune white pines, also your narrow leaf junipers such as these. So if you've got some trimming to do, get out there and get that done in the month of June. And cut off heads of some of your flowers that have past bloom, like your daylilies, your Shasta daisies, some things of that nature, and that will encourage more blooming. So a few things you can get out there and trim in the month of June. Okay, a few other tips for the month of June. One is if you don't have mulch out, it'd be great to get that out because you're getting ready to get some hot months, and it'll really help hold our moisture in for our dry periods that we're about to undergo. Also, if you do have some iris, June's a month you can divide your iris rhizomes. So go ahead and dig them up and divide them. And then if we do have periods of hot, dry weather, be sure to water your plants, and don't water them lightly, but water them once or twice a week with a really good soaking. Make sure they get at least 1 inch of water a week. Well, in the month of June, your vegetable garden should be off to a good start. If you haven't got some of those really warm season crops planted, go ahead and get them in the ground. Things like pumpkins, maybe some snap beans. You can even still plant corn, cantaloupe, cucumber, things like that. So go ahead and get those in the ground. Maybe also some pepper plants. Now, as far as you might want to get some late tomatoes going, so you can plant them deep, plant them up to that first leaf, and get you a second set of tomato plants growing for a later harvest in the summer. Also, now as things are up and they're starting to fruit, if you can look in here, we've got zucchinis they're starting to put on. We've got tomatoes starting to form on the vines. As plants are starting to fruit, they're using a lot of nutrients, so they may need a little extra kick of energy. So side dressing with a small band of fertilizer around plants or down a side of a straight traditional row would be a big help to the plants that are trying to put off some fruit. So side dress your garden plants as well. Some other things, our extension office is going to be doing a couple of pressure canner tests over the early summer. So give us a call here and we'll let you know when, or we can help you with getting your pressure canners tested for those that like to can a lot of vegetables or fruits during the course of the year. And then also the farmers market will be starting, same places in past at the Masonic Lodge parking lot behind People's Drug Store, starting up on Thursday, July 11th. We always have started the week after the 4th of July. So July 11th, the on Thursdays from 2 to 6. So come join us and find us and buy fresh produce if you don't grow it in your own garden, but you can get it locally grown here in Alexander County. Well, here we are today in our June garden calendar, and our special spot of the month is Rocky Face Park. And I'm here with Alicia Stamey, Ranger Alicia Stamey. And Alicia, it's a wonderful park here, and you're going to show us around. And I know you've had a lot of special events here, and just tell us a little bit about what you've had and some educational programs and different things here about the park.
Okay. The park is about 320 acres. We have about 6 miles of hiking trails that go on top of the mountain now. We have a ADA walking trail that's about 8/10 of a mile long at the bottom. We have a picnic shelter, restrooms. We also offer rock climbing. It's available through the office through a permit. We've had educational programs in the past. We try to provide at least 2 a month for the public. We've had the Statesville Amateur Astronomy Club come out with their telescopes. We had a good turnout for that. We offer many other educational programs, wildflower hikes, history hikes. Schools have came out for educational field days. So we have a lot going on. If you're interested in any of the activities, you can go to our website. We have an events calendar, and you can just click on the darkened days and see what event is being held for that day.
Well, thanks. And for you garden enthusiasts, what we're going to do here today is walk around and see some of the many native plants, and some of them are rare. So just stay with us, and we're going to show you some great looking plants. Well, Alicia, I know we have several rare plants here at Rocky Face, and right here we're with 3 of them. So tell us a little bit about these 3 right here.
Okay, this is prickly pear. It's found all over the mountain. You can see it's blooming right now. It has a really beautiful bloom on it. Right here we have striped garlic. It's only found in 5 other places in North Carolina. It's a very rare plant. It has a really pretty purplish bloom on it. Next to that, we have the hops tree. These are mostly all found on the rock outcroppings facing south. So we have some very interesting plants here on the mountain.
Well, Alicia, here we have the rarest plant here at Rocky Face Park, and that's the Keever's bristle moss. So tell us a little bit about this plant.
This type of moss is only found in the Brushy Mountains within a 100-mile radius. It's found nowhere else in the world. Here at Rocky Face Mountain, it's normally found on dead chestnut oaks. Here you can see it's growing on a live chestnut oak, and normally it's found towards the top of the mountain, different locations. It's very bristly, very rough textured. This is one of our temporary streams that flows all the way down the mountain. During the dry summer months, it dries up. There's no water here. We get a lot of rain. It flows, so it flows all the way down to the bottom to a creek bed.
Well, a few of the other unique plants here at Rocky Face Park are, one of them is the Confederate daisy, and tell us where the Confederate daisy is here, Alicia.
Well, it's found pretty much all over the mountain now. It was introduced here. It's a non-native plant. It is very beautiful. It blooms in August. It has a yellow bloom on it, but it is starting to compete with our other rare native plants. In the future, it may become a problem that we may have to address.
I believe it's September. Is that about when it blooms? I remember it was real pretty in the fall when I was up here.
It's between August and September.
Okay. Another plant that is beautiful little plant is the trout lily, and it's got a beautiful bloom and kind of speckled leaves. And where do you find that here on the mountain?
I have found it normally on the south facing side. Up on the trails, you usually can see them. They bloom in March. This year they bloomed a little bit early. It was late February, I believe, when they bloomed.
Okay, and as I know, as you go on up the mountain, the Table Mountain pine is a unique plant up there. And where are they found? And tell us a little bit about that plant.
Yes, it's a pine tree that's found on the very top of the mountain. It's a unique tree, and we have some of the pine cones here. And you can tell it's a Table Mountain pine cone because it has a slant at the base of it. And NC State Forest Department have came out and take samples, seed samples from the Table Mountain pine, and they've actually put those in a seed bank for future use.
Okay, and I know there was another shrub up there on the back side of the mountain. What was that? That's pretty unique to the area.
American barberry. I have found it on the mountain. It's in a location that's very hard to get to, and it's hidden very well. But it's only been one specimen that I found here.
So there are several unique plants here to Rocky Face, and we've shown you a few of those, but there's a lot out here, and we just hope you can come out here and try to find some of them for yourselves. But we sure don't want you to take them home. We don't allow people to dig up or take plants with them when they leave the park.
Right, yeah, we would just appreciate it if you left the plants for everybody to enjoy.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed the June garden calendar. I hope you've learned something from some of the gardening tips, lawn tips, different things that the average gardener does in the month of June. Also, hope you've enjoyed our little special jaunt around Rocky Face Mountain and looking at some of the different plants and visiting with Ranger Alicia Stamey. And just thanks for joining us. If you have any other questions, gardening questions, please contact the Alexander County Extension Service. We're located behind the elections office, but also in the back parking lot of First Baptist Church and right beside the Alexander County Health Department. So if you need to give us a call us at 632-4451 or look us up on the web at www.alexanderextension.com.